Good evening and welcome inside this Tuesday night edition of The Extra Point. I'm Chrystal Stone. We could be less than 24 hours away from the moment Suns fans have waited 49 days and counting to see Kevin Durant in a Suns uniform on the floor of the Footprint Center. Jason Garrett has not said one definitive, declarative statement about who should be the starting quarterback. And you know what really ticked me off as a Cowboys fan this season is this quarterback controversy that Jerry Jones started. He stirred it up, he kept it going, and he didn't stop it. Jason Garrett didn't stop it. It took Tony Romo himself to come out and say, Dak Prescott has earned this position. This is the fourth straight win for the Rattlers, and with 4 games left in the season, players say taking out the #1 seed in the Western Conference has real playoff implications. One thing is for sure, the conference will look very different in 2024 with the departures of USC and UCLA. Welcome to another edition of Sports Chronicles. I'm Chrystal Stone. I'm here with the crew, Keon Cage and Adrian Carvajal. You know, they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but not on this show. And a lot of these women have kids, who wants to be separated from the kids for like 5 to 6 months at a time. So yes, this is a great move for the WNBA. I'm also really impressed that it was 2 players who spearheaded this campaign because they know better than any of us what they need, what type of payment they need to sort of survive and not have to go overseas. So kudos to them on that. Adrian, that was awesome. And I love these highlights, but I feel like there was one that was missing, which was my highlight of the NBA Summer League so far, of Wemby getting posterized by a fellow Texas Longhorn, Kai Jones. So I just want to shout that out. You left that out, but that's okay. It seems like whenever they bring up Skylar's name, it's like Candyman. You can't say it 5 times. There has been a strange dynamic between Skylar and the team going back to last season with Vanessa Nygaard when Skylar was actually named to the All-Star team, but Diana Taurasi was not. And Vanessa Nygaard said that it wasn't an All-Star game without Diana Taurasi and Skylar Diggins. Obviously, who wouldn't took offense to that? Diana Taurasi and Skylar Diggins also almost went to blows on the sideline during one of the games last season. So I think a big question, yes, Skylar Diggins could be their ace, and I agree with you on that. But the dynamic of the team, can it be fixed if Skylar Diggins actually comes back? Or are you adding fuel to a already burning fire?
Dynasty is good, particularly for college basketball. I mean, women's college basketball.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say no, because UConn and Tennessee had such a stronghold on women's college basketball. For many people, for casual fans, that was a reason why they weren't really watching the game. But now the talent is so much more evenly widespread all over the country now. It's not just at UConn. It's not just at Tennessee. Now it's at Iowa. It's at Indiana. It's at Virginia Tech. It's much more competitive now. When you talk about his legacy, I think it's also important that we keep it within context of how this NBA has changed and how it's progressed, where players are calling each other on the phone and playing where they want to play so they can put themselves in the best position to win. So KD's legacy needs to be put within the entire context of where the NBA is right now. Decades and decades of racism, discrimination, and stereotypes are not going to be magically wiped away because Mahomes and Hurts played in the Super Bowl. Now, sure, there has been progress that's been made, there has been minds that are changed, but there is so much more work that needs to be done in diversifying the head coaching ranks and front offices in the NFL. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Chrystal Stone. It's one of the hottest high school recruiting events in the country. And of course, since it took place right here in their backyard, Bobby Hurley and Tommy Lloyd were on hand. But the recruiting world is changing, and they say it's forcing them to think outside of the box. Major League Baseball is back with a new season, new rules, and a new fight in the courtroom. The company that owns Bally Sports, which airs MLB games, filed for bankruptcy in March. It seems like AI is taking over just about everything these days, and now you can add basketball to the list. Well, back here in the Valley, it sure feels like a fireball when you step outside.